because I can't tell if y'all can hear me, and I don't know what I'm doing wrong. I shut my phone down and booted it back up. So let's see if I can turn this thing around so y'all can see these swarms. I'm not sure if this is one or if this is two swarms, but this is a box that I put out last weekend. No, actually, it was probably, yeah, last weekend. Two or three bees were flying around it. I got in there yesterday and sprayed with some Swarm Rustler, thanks to Bob Walker at Walker Bee Ranch. And there were scout bees all around this stored box of mine. Well, now there's like a bunch of bees checking this one out, but this one has a swarm moving in. I just sprayed that box yesterday with a swarm lure, and they're moving in. Nobody's in here with me now. Oh well. I guess y'all couldn't hear me on my last one, so y'all didn't come on here. But that's okay. Y'all can catch it in the replay. It's so cool. But I need opinions because I don't know if this is a second one that's going to move in or if it's just part of that one over there. Can you hear me? Somebody popped in and then popped out. Oh, good, Sarah. Hey, I went live a minute ago and nobody could hear me or the bees. And I tried a couple more times and it still didn't come on. I don't know why the sound didn't work on the other ones. But yeah, this is so cool. So I set out a swarm trap at the edge of my apiary in a tree. And I was like, I saw some bees flying around my stored boxes here. And so I watched some scouts come over here and they were kind of moving around, going in and out that blue box right there. And I was like, well, I set that box over there. There was three or four going in and out of that. And so I took the lid off and I sprayed some on the top of the frames and then some on the outside on the board in the box. And today I got home from work and I've got a swarm moving into that box. But I don't know if this is part of the same swarm or if it's another one because there's more bees than there was this morning. So, hey, Sean, yes, I'm back with sound. I had to shut my phone down and reboot it. These iPhones sometimes can be stupid, but I never admitted that. Can you hear the bees? My dog is now trying to eat the spicy sky raisins. Don't eat the spicy sky raisins, Riley. They're moving into a new home. Yeah. Yeah, he likes to catch them. Ow! Thought one got me, but it didn't. I finally got some new blue jeans that actually fit and aren't falling down. And I must have left a tag. Yes, it's rustler bait. Hey, Michael. See my swarms moving in? I did. I used Bob's Swarm Rustler. So my question is this, and I'll ask it again since I've got more in here now. So there were like 20 or 30 bees around my blue box here in this stack. This is where I just stored them for the winter time. And so they've been going in and out. That was a box that I had on a hive that got robbed out, and that's how they were robbing them out, because they were going in and out that little bitty hole right there. So now I've got a swarm moving in over there, but I don't know if this is part of the same swarm or if it's another swarm moving in, because there's more bees around the boxes than there were this morning. So what do y'all think? Yeah, I've been watching for pollen. I haven't seen them bring any pollen, so that's why I'm thinking they were scouts. But like, you see the ones right around the entrance there? That's about all that I saw on those boxes, and now the boxes have a lot more. And we're getting a storm, so I'm wondering if we're going to have some storms later. So I'm just wondering if it's a second swarm that's going to be coming in, and maybe they just sent out some more scout bees. Because I know the average scout bees is like 300 to 400. No, there's no honey inside. It's just drawn comb, mostly brood comb in those big boxes. But I don't know. I'm hoping it's a second swarm. I walked down to my swarm trap that I set out at the edge of the apiary a while ago, and there's bees going in and out. Gently open the lid, look for numbers. Uh-oh. Well, shoot. I got part of that. But climbing up, so probably scouts. That's what I'm thinking, Sean. I do have another one moving in. Well, that's cool. I'll take all the free bees I can get. I figure, hey, I'm making money, right? Could be curious bees just trying to find resources. Yeah, I kind of thought about that too, but like I said, there's a lot more. Let me see if I can get closer here without. So, see all the ones on top there? Those are just rocks on top. And they're like all around the side and crawling up those boxes. So I'm thinking they're more scout bees. But let me take y'all down to my other swarm trap. The one is fixing to rain. I felt raindrops. Okay. So let me take y'all down here. Riley, you better stay with me. Let me get off of Wi-Fi. Shoot. Okay. So this is my swarm trap that we set out last weekend. Riley, no. Come here. And there's bees going in and out. Not now. So I guess there's one. But no, there were several scouts around this one checking it out. There's a couple going in. So I don't know if those are my bees just curious or what. Come on, Riley. Riley. See my blueberries. Oh. Come on, let's go back here and watch the bees again. This is fun. Watching bees. Yay! DC, you can hear me now. I took a walk down to the other swarm trap. There weren't many bees flying around out there, but there's, y'all, they're just all over the place. Riley! Come on! You better stay here with me. When the rain comes, watch if they fly off. Oh, yeah, that's a good idea. I don't think we're supposed to get rain until later tonight, though. It's supposed to be some pretty bad storms during the night. So I sat out here last night, but I had my grandkids, and we had to go eat. And of course, by the time we got back, it was dark, so I couldn't tell if they stayed in or if they took off again. But I came out here early this morning at sunrise, and I saw the bees coming out. So I think the scouts actually stayed in this box. I don't know. Isn't this exciting? You know we have no life. Hey, Lee, I got swarms coming in. Look, Lee. And yes, I used Bob's Swarm Rustler. I know. I'm actually thinking about leaving these out here, but the only thing is I'd have to walk in front of them to get the chicken coop to gather eggs. I just get to watch for another 2 months. DC, you can live vicariously through us in the South. How about that? Yeah, Lee, what do you think? You think I might have two? See, this is my stored box. And there were only just a handful of bees like flying around it and checking it, going in and out for the past couple of days. And then now with this other swarm moving in, I don't know if this is part of that swarm or if it's another one maybe moving in, because there are a lot more bees around it and they're not flying to the other hive. I'm excited though. Yes, I was excited and scared at the same time. The good and bad of beekeeping in more northern regions. I know, DC. You know who came? Let's see. I want to send out the 6 inches of snow for tomorrow. No, thank you. Sean, we get snow about once every 10 years if we need it or not, whether we need it or not. And I just rather not have it. It's not that I don't enjoy the beauty. I think it's absolutely gorgeous, but usually now that I'm older, when it does snow, it gets icy and slushy on the roads. And, you know, we don't have the capability here to clear the roads. I remember driving to work when I worked about 30 miles away, and I was driving 35 miles an hour behind everybody else, you know. I was actually passing people. It took me almost an hour to get there. 51 yesterday. I know, what snow? Right now we're getting pollinating. It's not snowing, it's pollinating. Y'all look at this pollen. I don't know if y'all can tell or not. All those specks on my glass table, that's pollen. You can see it collected there. See that pollen? Yeah. You know, we have no lives if we're sitting here just watching swarms move into my boxes. That's sad. That's okay. No, it's not sad. Yeah, I think it was 81 here. I went to work today. We had classes. We're switching EMRs again at work. So I had to go do training on computers and learn this new computer system. And the room that we were in learning was, I mean, it was cold enough to hang freaking meat. Now, I don't get cold. I was freezing. So I wore me a fleece. Well, then I had to go by Harbor Freight because I had to get, I know, me too, Sarah. It's very calming. I know, DC, me too. It's life enough for me, isn't it? Is it for you? It's very calming. But yeah, that room was so cold. I was wearing a fleece, and I had to go to Harbor Freight and buy a mandrel for my hole saw that I bought there. And I got out of the car and I had to take the fleece off. Life of a security guard, TV monitors, cameras, phone, and bees. Yep. Michael, where are you? I thought you were in Pennsylvania or Vermont. Vermont. I know, these are my people. Bee people. I think I've sold people at work on propolis tincture too. If I took some with me, one of the girls giving the presentation had a sore throat, and I said, "Here, try this." She says, "What is it?" I said, "It's a propolis. It's bee propolis tincture." And she took it, and she's like, "Man, that was amazing." So what is it? I had to give them a lesson on bee propolis. So I said, "It's bee glue." Oh, thanks, Sean. Yes, please hit the like button. Gold panning. I haven't gold pan in years. Yes, I thought you were in Vermont. I couldn't remember if it was Vermont or Pennsylvania. No good days at work. Yep. I can't say that. I really do enjoy what I do most of the time. Isn't this exciting? Very calming. I'm going to watch bees with me. Yeah. Well, I said I'd never be able to retire. I'm going to be like my daddy. I'll work up until the day I have to go to the hospital and die, I reckon. Oh, I bet you don't, DC. See, construction contractors and construction workers don't work down here when it's raining very often. This is just so cool. I really kind of think that's a second swarm. They just sent out miss more scouts because those bees are not flying over that other box. Gone fishing, but I will be with my bees. Gone being. There's bees. See them flying. I really can't tell where they're coming from. Like I said, I walked the perimeter of my properties to see if any of mine were swarming and to see if I saw any swarms in trees, and I didn't. So apparently, who knows? These may be Bruce's bees from Ozark. I'm getting some of Bruce's bees, or either the beekeeper right around the corner from me. Stop, Riley. You're going to get stung. Well, Didra was coming over this afternoon. We're going to. Uh-huh. It got you, didn't it? Look at this. Look at this. Uh-huh. Where'd it get you? Where'd it get you? Well, leave it alone. My dog just got stung. Well, he's going nuts. Oops. Where'd you go? Oh, pick up some trash. Yeah, my dog's acting crazy because he just got stung. That's funny. He do- no, he doesn't learn. He's been stung about 5 or 6 times. I had a little chainsaw out one day cutting some. You think so, Sean? See, I think so too. I think those are more scouts. But yeah, I had a chainsaw out one day, was cutting some limbs that this little scrub oak had grown up in front of or in between my camellia. And I cranked it up, and the little sucker came up to me and it cut his lip, and it scared me to death. And luckily, he didn't have to go to the vet, and it healed up just fine. But yeah, he bit at the chainsaw. Well, I don't think Riley is smarter than he acts, but he loves playing with bees. I don't know. You say, yeah, it does look like there's more showing up on both of them. This is so neat to me. I know y'all are probably bored out of your skulls, but this is so cool to me. I just wanted to share it. Now, if I can get that, now if they'll just move into that swarm trap down there, I'll have me 3 new hives. And I've got to go do some splits. I've got to wax some foundation because it's gonna be time to start supering up here real soon. Um, I saw Michelle Irwin up in around the Chilton County area. She's already added supers. No, Sean, I don't think they were my bees. Like I said, I've been kind of watching my bees, and I've been in them, and I mean, I thought that one was getting ready to swarm, but they've got plenty of room in there, and I'm open feeding, so I don't think that one swarmed yet. I'll go in and check it probably Saturday. Oh yeah. Riley's a good dog. He saved me from I had a little dog. Hey, Grayson. I've got swarms moving in, Grayson. Look. Yeah, they taste like honey. They taste like spicy honey. So Grayson, these are stored boxes on my patio, and some bees were like flying around and checking out the blue box. And so more bees are showing up, but then I had taken one of the boxes off and set it up out here. Said, oh, I'll just set it out there and see if I catch a swarm. Well, some bees were checking it out, but not as many that were checking out the blue box. So I was like, well, I'll go over there and see if I can get them to go over to that box. So I sprayed some Swarm Rustler on the outside of the box and on the frames on the inside. And bees were going in and out of it last night, or yesterday afternoon, I should say. And so I got a swarm moving in there today. So we're just sitting here watching all my swarms move in. Harris had two swarms. Oh, he's the guy with the bunnies, right? DC is that the one you were talking about that had the bunnies, rabbits? This is so cool. I see some bees flying away from the boxes, so I'm wondering if they're going to get more of their sisters. I wonder if this is the beginning or if I caught the tail end of it. Oh, I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to make y'all drunk. But yeah, there's a lot of bees climbing around on those boxes over there. They're really liking the entrance to that blue hive. Oh, good. I'm not going to show my rabbits. I'm just going to raise them for meat. I'll probably sell some as pets too, but mine aren't even ready to breed yet. All right, Riley, quit biting at the spicy sky raisins. No, I looked and I did not see pollen. I've been watching very closely to see if they had pollen, and I have yet to see any with pollen going in. But look at them collecting up here on the top. It's just so cool. Oh, this is so relaxing to me. Just check my queenless hive. Uh-oh. It's a long post. It fades in these. Yeah, could be multiple colony scouts. Well, hopefully one will move into this blue box. Now, question. I have a question for y'all. Once the swarms move in, how long before you move them? Don't you just leave them and let them build wax for a while? Because I know when they're in swarm mode, they tend to build wax much faster. You better quit snapping at those bees. Hey, Philip. So 3 days? Okay. I just want to make sure that, they get. I don't want to leave them here on my patio or even just off my patio. I want to move them out to my bee yard. 24 to 72 hours. Okay. Well, that's good. I would wait 3 to 5 to 7 days. Okay. Philip, what about you? How long before I need, after these swarms move in, how long do they need to stay here before I move them into my bee yard? could set y'all up on a tripod and y'all wouldn't be so shaky. Next day, but longer the better. Okay. Did they build wax okay after you moved them the next day? Move them tonight if you don't want to reorient them 2 miles away. Okay. Okay. Well, Dindra's coming over this afternoon too soon and they just leave. I didn't wait and did it the same day. Okay. Oh, that's my cat rustling. Let me get my tripod. So, oh, here it is. It's right here. How about that? All right, y'all are gonna get shaky for a minute. All right, y'all get to see me. I'm so happy. Lock them after you move them, or they'll fly back there. Okay, gotcha. Let me see. I never had issue. Okay. Absolutely, I forgot to do that too. So I can put some like steel wool in there. Let's see if this needs to go down some. There we go. Oh, y'all, it's so nice out here. Here, got y'all on a tripod now. I only did it 3 or 4 times, but I always just make them work at getting out, so they have to Yeah, when I moved the whole bee yard, I just put some branches in front um, for 2 or 3 days, and they reoriented fine. I'm gonna run get a drink, and then I'm gonna put my dog on the lead. Riley, come here. Come here. Don't knock over my tripod. What I miss? Make them really work at getting through the branches. Seem to work well. Yeah, mine did. If you move them after a day or two, you'll need to lock them in for a full day. Also, stuff some grass in the entrance and lay a limb in front. That's what I did. And I didn't lock them. Well, I did have a entrance reducer on when I moved the yard. But I just put some branches in front. They oriented just fine. I left the branches there, I think, for 2 or 3 days. I wanted Bob to get on here. Y'all heard from Bob this morning? I want him to see what his Swarm Rustler did. Now I'm going to have to update my review on Amazon and put a video on there. A video clip. When I moved them the last time, I left them closed for a day like Philip mentioned. Yeah. I didn't completely close mine off, but it was raining in the whole weekend and it was cool. So they weren't out flying. They didn't try to get out. thought I would be able to tell where they're coming from, but they're just kind of darting all over the place. This is going to be swarm coverage. Welcome to swarm coverage 24/7. Live with Lisa. You are going to. Oh, Riley. Riley. Riley, Riley. You're killing me, dog. You're killing me. Great ratings. What, on YouTube, Sarah? I need them. Oh, that would be so cool. Kind of like, what is it in inside the hive? Yeah, that'd be so cool. Just to have a bee channel running lives 24/7. That would be kind of cool. So DC and Sarah, y'all really need to try to make it to Hive Life next year. Y'all planning on it? Come on, move. If you're gonna snap at the bees, get out there away from me. I don't want them stinging me. You go on. Go on. Yeah, but cheaper. What's cheaper? Oh, I really think that's maybe another. I really think that's another swarm moving in, or maybe it's just the same swarm breaking off into two, splitting themselves. Good, Sarah. I want to meet you in person. We rented a cabin, and I don't have an objection to doing that again next year, but I'm going to be more careful on the location. Yeah, you need to ask Paul about that from Hale's Hives. He and his wife stayed with us. It was a beautiful cabin. It was absolutely beautiful. It was dated, but it was beautiful. It was nice and quiet. It was in the mountain, but it took 20 minutes to get down the mountain, and then it was like 10 minutes to Hive Life from there. But 2/3 of the travel time, was going down the mountain. So next year, I may still get a house because it's still cheaper. And, we were not having to eat out. We ate out twice. This is the way we've been doing vacations, by renting an Airbnb or Vrbo. And it really does seem to be cheaper, and we just get like heat up meals, or sometimes we take stuff from home, and it's just so much cheaper. I mean, I don't mind driving. It wasn't a bad drive except going down the mountain. And once we got used to driving down the mountain, that wasn't even bad. We got to where we could come down in about 15 minutes. Well, and that's the way I look at it, DC. We started doing this in 2019, right before COVID hit. I took my kids and my grandkids to Disney. Um, the Department of Defense get discount tickets. So I was able to buy everybody a 4-day, I think it was a 4-day pass to Disney. And then we rented a house, and the house was only $2,000 for the whole week. And we had 4 bedrooms, 3 bathrooms, a full kitchen, a pool, a hot tub, and we bought donuts or made cinnamon rolls, and we took sandwiches with us to Disney in a cooler, and picnicked. And so it was so nice. Um, but that was my Christmas to everybody. And actually, I came out cheaper doing Christmas that way than I did buying gifts. So it was really nice. And then I took them to see Grandma this year in Tampa and rented a house, not in Tampa, in Holiday, and rented a house in Holiday. It was right outside of Tampa. Um, and I took them to Legoland. And going to Hive Life, I mean, we really did save a lot of money. And we had, I think the house slept 9. And if you get a few couples to go in on that house, it's so much cheaper because we rented that house in Sevierville for like $850, and it turned out to. I mean, I only charged Paul and his wife like 200 and something because I figured I split the bedrooms up per night. And I said, this is, what your share of it is. So, I mean, we had the biggest expense, of course, because I rented it and we didn't use the other 2 bedrooms. But it was nice and it was still cheaper. We stayed 3 or 4 nights, a lot cheaper than the hotel room. And it would have been more fun, I think, with more people. But yeah, I think we're going to do the same thing next year. I bought the videos of Hive Life because I didn't get to sit in on many of the lectures. Haven't watched them yet. The helicopters are flying. The weather's not too bad yet. We live near a military base, and my husband actually works at one of the. Move, Riley. You're getting in the way. Oops. Sorry. He works at one of the fields, and he works on helicopters. The helicopter mechanic. But we hear them flying over all the time. Well, I tell you what, Sarah, we spent the money that we spent eating inside Legoland was ridiculous this year. Um, but at Disney, it would have been outrageously expensive. And we just made peanut butter and jelly sandwiches, and I bought the little snack pack size bags of snacks, and we took juicies like Capri Suns for the kids and sodas or whatever, water for us. And when we got tired, we just sat down at a bench and had a picnic. And we had a blast. It was so much fun. And then this year at Christmas, of course, we went down to see Kevin's mom. She lives in Holiday. Um, and her birthday is December 23rd. And yeah, it is a good job, DC. He's topped out right now. He's looking at retiring in about 4 more years, 3 or 4 more years. He's been there since 2001, 2002, something like that. He'll have 25 years in, I think. But Disney World, our favorite park, my favorite park was Animal Kingdom in the Hollywood Studios, the Star Wars part of Hollywood Studios, and the Toy Story part was nice. And Animal Kingdom was really nice. Um, the kid, we love the area. I think it was Animal Kingdom that has the Avatar ride. I can't remember the name of it. I didn't go on that one. I went on a similar one at Epcot, and it was fun. But they had those at Legoland too. Legoland was much cheaper than Disney. It was like $60 a person. But that was just for 2 days. I do. I loved Animal Kingdom. The safari part was my favorite. I have yet to see Disney World too. It's so outrageously priced, Sarah. I mean, I went when I was a little girl, right after it opened. Yeah, that's our next one. We want to do Universal too. I've been checking on those tickets. We love thrill rides. We love roller coasters, and of course, we got on a roller coaster at Legoland, and we kind of felt it. It was not one of the smooth ride roller coasters, so we kind of felt it that afternoon and the next day. My husband and me. But let me see. Oh, Animal Kingdom. Yeah, Disney is way overpriced. We did not get park hopper tickets, which helped with the cost. Um, there's no sense in getting park hopper tickets. Hi, Jim. Oh, I know. Y'all are already getting rain. Yeah, we're going to be getting some pretty soon. It's supposed to get pretty bad tonight or in the early morning. But yeah, it was, it was just, there's too much to see in each park to hop around parks. And you get very tired. What we did one park per day, which was plenty. We still didn't see everything. Um, it's like the first day, of course, we went to Disney, the Magic Kingdom, and they try to update it, but it's still kind of dated in some areas. Of course, let's see. We did Magic Kingdom the first day, and I think we did Epcot the second day. The third day, we went to Animal Kingdom. No, we had 5 day tickets. That's right. The fourth day, we went to Hollywood Studios, and then our fifth day, we took a vote to see where everybody wanted to go, and we wound up, I think, going. We went back to Animal Kingdom because we all really, really enjoyed Animal Kingdom. I mean, we're all animal lovers, and Animal Kingdom is divided up into like countries. Not really countries, more like regions. Kind of like Epcot did with the countries. They did like the African safari, and then they did, oh, what else did they do? Um, uh, like was it the Caribbean? I don't know. Anyway, Animal Kingdom is just like set up like a huge park with different animals and different regions of the world. Um, and it was a lot of fun. So, Jim, we're just watching swarms moving into my boxes. Yeah, we've been here almost an hour doing nothing but watching the swarm move in. We kind of think there's 2 swarms moving in because I had some scout bees on the blue box. Um, None of them are bringing in pollen. And then they would fly. I would see 2 or 3 bees over in that box over here, and I sprayed some swarm rustler on this hive on the top of the frames and on the front of the box. So I come home from work today and I look outside and there's a swarm moving in this box. And I looked over here and there's a lot more activity going on. So I think another swarm has sent out more scouts. So I think I'm hoping I have 2 swarms moving in. But I've been watching for them for a couple of days now. I'm hoping they're all moved in by this evening. Dendra's coming over, and we were going to. One just flew into my head, into my hair. Um, we were going to go redo the cell builder out of the apiary if it's not raining. I think our problem with the grafting is we did not build a strong enough cell builder. So I like how you keep them close to your house. I caught 6 worms on my day. I don't keep my bees close to the house. This was storage. I did have them out. I actually did have my bee yard out there, and see where the blocks are. And I moved them way. Oh, I don't know if you can see them or not. I moved them way out there beyond the rabbits, way beyond the rabbits. But I had these boxes set up, and bees started checking them out. So I was like, maybe I'm going to have a swarm move in. It's got drawn brood comb. Some of the drawn comb is from honey supers, but there's no honey in there. As a matter of fact, the bigger boxes that I have were from abscons. So I just stored them here and kept them covered. And then I noticed some bees just kind of going around the blue box over here, right here, at the entrance. And there were only just a handful of bees checking it out for the past couple of days. And now there's more bees on it. And I was trying to lure them over to this box off of the patio. So I opened up the top of this box and sprayed some Swarm Rustler and on the top frames and on the front. So the swarm has moved into this one. I mean, they're in. I'm sure that's not all of them, but they're in. We're expecting this one to move in anytime. Have I been to Dollywood? No, I we didn't. We didn't take the time because it was rather cool while we were up there, and I had a financial setback in December, and we really just kind of had to watch our money very closely. Um, my job was put down to part-time, so I got like a 35% cut in pay, and it hit us kind of hard. So as a matter of fact, I've taken on a what we call a PRN in healthcare. I'm going back into nursing, into labor and delivery, 1 or 2 days a week. So, we didn't get a chance to go to Dollywood. It probably actually would have been kind of nice. The weather wasn't too cool. It was cool up on the mountain, um, down in the valley around where the convention center was. It wasn't that bad. It was cool, but not cold, cold. Um, I would like to go to Dollywood, so we may plan a couple of extra days and head up there next year. I'm just glad I got the sound working. That is just so cool. I love watching that box over there. Let me see if I can zoom in on them. I should complain at you wasting that. I know. I know. I do. Uh-oh. They fade away so fast. I do know where you are, but all the medical facilities around here are looking for good people. Oh, you don't know where I'm actually in Southeast Alabama. Bye, Lee. Take care. Glad you got to join us. Um, yeah, I'm taking a job at the hospital where I have privileges at. I'm a nurse practitioner and nurse midwife. So I have a bee flying around my face. Okay, go away. No, go, 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 go. So they're checking me out now, I guess. They're like, okay, whatever. Um, but I have privileges where I deliver and admit and discharge from. And they are actually looking for some labor and delivery nurses. So, DC, that piece of plywood is like, um, yeah, I need to be shot for leaving that out there. I actually put some shelves up to hold my canning jars or my canned goods that I had actually put away myself, and the plywood that came with it was so wimpy that I replaced it. And I took that piece of plywood out and put in the back of the mule to bring around here and put inside the shed, and my husband just leaned it up against the shed. So, yeah, I'm not happy either, but it is what it is. I'll use it for something. Maybe Bruce at Bruce's Bees in Dothan has a spot. Has a spot for what? Maybe the hospital shouldn't have spent the last 2 years. But I know that's right, DC. I'm kind of wondering, Jim, if these are Bruce's. some of his, it may be some of his casting off swarms. His bees are, as the bee flies, probably about his Ozark yard is about 2 or 3 miles, maybe at the most 4 miles from my house as the crow flies. Um, so I mean, they could be some of his cast-offs. Yes, he isn't. He lives in Dothan. He has bees in he has a yard in Ozark, like I said, that's about, I would say at the most, in a straight line as the bee flies, about at the most 4 miles. He also has a yard in Slocum, which is about 30, 25 or 30 miles from here. He has a yard in Newton behind the school there. That's about 10, 12 miles from here. He has a yard in Midland City, which is about 15 miles from here. Newton Slocum, yeah, he's got 4 yards. And then he's got his backyard hives in Dothan. So he actually lives in Dothan, but he has a yard at the family farm up here in Ozark. Garrison is in the same county as I am, clear on the other side of it. You know who you need to hook up. I don't know where you are in Washington, but you know who came to mind when I set these swarm traps out. And I don't know. I wake up early in the morning. I sit out here and I drink coffee and I watch the chickens and I watch the bees and I watch the sun come up. That guy Wizen Hunt, was it open then? I figured it was closed. What are you talking about, Philip? About being open? I don't know what you're talking about. It being open then. I figured it was closed. I don't know. Tell me what. Clark County across the river from Portland, about 45 minutes north. Is that where Garrison is? No, anyway, the guy Whizzin Hunt that got on the streams there for a while and had the GoFundMe and everything. And I thought, he could get out and build some boxes and stuff and set up some swarm traps. I know he lives in an apartment, but surely he's got friends that would let him put some bee boxes out there. But I don't know. I saw him show up a couple of times in the past. I think Bob pissed him off or something, so he's not coming back on. But he got real annoying. I don't like to say that about people, but he was just so negative. But I got to thinking about him. He lives in the state of Washington, but I don't know where he is. Is that what you were saying? He's in Clark County, which is clear on the other side of the state. Garrison is about 15 to 20 minutes southeast of me. Oh, okay. But that guy Whizenhunt, I don't know where he was. I want to say he was close to the southeastern corner of Washington State, maybe. I'm not sure. But he said he went to a local beekeepers meeting and nobody would have anything to do with him. But if he was talking like he was talking, I don't know what my cat found, but she's making noise. But if he was as negative as he was on our chats, I mean, I can see why nobody would give him the time of day. He needs to go in with an attitude, I'm going to do this, I need to do this for my sanity, because, it is therapy. It's a really good form of therapy. Oh, so see, I mean, if he's in Eastern Washington, he can hook up with anybody up there. I mean, he could even get a job in a bee yard somewhere. I mean, I felt bad for him, but good grief. I have family that they're negative Nancy's, and I just I take them in small doses because that's all I can take of them. All right, guys. Well, I'm going to turn y'all loose. It's been over an hour. I'm not really an in person club kind of person. I seem extroverted in chat, but I'm really not in person. I understand. I had fallen behind. I was talking. Dadgummit. I was talking about Dollywood. I don't know if it was closed at that time or not, Philip. I mean, no, I did check on it. It was open. There were days that they were closed, I think. But I want to say I checked on it. I don't know. I may be getting it confused with Legoland. I checked so many different amusement parks. So I'm probably getting confused with Legoland. It may have been closed. Sarah, you have a great day too. I'm fixing to shut this off. I've watched long enough. I need to go inside and get a bite to eat because I haven't had lunch. And I'll keep you guys updated on my swarms. Hey, you too, DC. Have a good day. Bye, y'all. I'll flip y'all around so I can see. Bye.